Have you ever met someone whose job requires both courage and compassion? Someone who must look into the darkest corners of human behavior, yet never lose faith in people? That's exactly who AI is. She's not your typical investigator. Working for the No.1 investigation team, she's known for her ability to read emotions, connect with people, and see patterns others might overlook. For AI, truth isn't just about catching criminals. It's about understanding why people fall into deception in the first place. Her latest assignment, however, is unlike anything she's ever faced. A sophisticated real estate fraud ring has been causing turmoil throughout the city. Families have lost their savings. Elderly people have been tricked into selling their homes. And even small businesses have been driven into bankruptcy by carefully planned lies. On the surface, the operation looks flawless. The group poses as legitimate property investors, using fake legal documents, convincing salespeople, and charming negotiators. But behind the smiles lies a structure built entirely on deceit. AI's task is simple in theory, but perilous in reality. She must infiltrate the organization from the inside. For an entire month, AI works undercover at a high-end restaurant, often used by the syndicate for their secret meetings. Every night, she serves wine, cleans tables, and observes quiet conversations that hint at millions of yen changing hands. It's a delicate dance one mistake could reveal her true identity. What makes AI's approach special is that she doesn't rely solely on gadgets or hidden cameras. Instead, she listens to tones of voice, pauses between sentences, and the flickers of hesitation in people's eyes. She believes that truth often hides in silence. But beyond the thrill of espionage lies something deeper, a sense of moral responsibility. AI knows that fraud isn't only about money. It's about broken trust. Each time she witnesses a deal go through, she imagines the people behind those contracts, the retired teacher who saved her whole life for a small property, the young couple hoping to start a family, the restaurant owner who trusted the wrong smile. She feels their silent suffering like an invisible weight. The deeper she looks, the more she senses that this case goes beyond ordinary fraud. The organization is unusually structured, almost too careful, as if it's protecting someone of importance. Then, one evening, her patience pays off. A key member of the syndicate known only as Mr. T visits the restaurant for a private dinner. He's known to test potential recruits by asking them to join small projects. AI, maintaining her cover as a quiet, hard-working staff member, serves their table. But as she pours the wine, she hears something that freezes her heart. Mr. T mentions the name Yakuya Inn. The Yashuya Inn is a long-standing family inn on the outskirts of the city. It's not luxurious, but it has a gentle charm, a traditional wooden structure, warm lanterns, and a history that stretches back generations. AI knows it well. In fact, she's visited it before on family trips. It's the kind of place where time seems to slow down, where guests are treated like family. And now, it's one of the gang's targets. According to Mr. T, the group plans to purchase the property under false pretenses, rezone the area, and sell it to investors for 10 times its original value, a project worth 10 billion yen. To pull this off, they need someone who can act as the owner, someone trustworthy enough to convince the real innkeepers to sign the deal. Then suddenly, he looked straight at AI. He asked casually, "You've been quiet all this time. You seem trustworthy. Do you really want to make money?" A feels her pulse quicken, but she manages to keep her expression calm. This is it, the opportunity she's been waiting for. After a month of patient work, she's finally being invited inside the circle. Inside, AI's mind races. This is the opening she needs to uncover their methods, their documents, their contacts. But she also knows the risk. Once she steps into that role, there's no turning back. One misstep could destroy the investigation and put her in real danger. Soon after, she contacted her superiors in a secret meeting and received their consent, along with a warning to be careful. As she conferred with her superiors, she thought about her reflection in the mirror at the restaurant. Her face was determined, but her eyes betrayed something else, a dull ache, the pain of having to walk between truth and lies. From that moment on, she officially joined the project as the temporary owner of Yakuya Inn. With that step, her mission entered a new phase, one filled with uncertainty, secrecy, and ethical challenges. But even now, she still reminded herself why she did this. Not for glory, not for recognition, but to protect those who can't protect themselves. And as the sun rises over the city, Ai whispers the same promise she's always made before every mission. No matter what happens, I'll bring the truth to light.
私みたいな何の取り柄もないホステスができることなんですか？
今回の仕事はあなたにしかできません。
けど、それってどうやって？
湯川屋には18年前に蒸発した美咲という一人娘がいます。どうです？そっくりでしょ？初めて見たとき本人かと思いました。でも今美咲本人は海外にいます。ここまでそっくりならきっと今回の計画は成功するでしょう。
だから私が。
愛さんには美咲に扮して潜入してもらいます。両親はすでに死んでいますし、湯川屋には番頭が一人だけです。その番頭も美咲には18年会っていませんし、騙せるでしょう。
私がこの美咲に。
そうです。経営もうまくいっていませんし、番頭が一人だけです。愛さん、いや、美咲さんが流せば、あの旅館を売却するでしょう。その後の心配はいりません。私どもが偽造の書類や口座を作成して、デベロッパーに売却する。どうです？完璧なシナリオでしょう。
私はその番頭さんを促して売却させる。そして契約書とかそういう重要な書類は湯川さんにお渡ししたらいい。そういうことですね。
そうです。そういうことです。デベロッパーと売却が成功しても、資金があの旅館に行かないようにするわけです。
わかりました。
じゃあ、よろしくお願いします。
The morning air around Yakuyain carries the scent of cedar and early mist. The building stands quietly at the edge of a small town place, where stories breathe through the walls, and the sound of sliding doors feels almost musical. As AI steps through the entrance, wearing her new identity as the temporary owner, she feels a strange mix of pride and guilt. The inn deserves protection, not deception. But for this mission to work, she must play her part convincingly. Her first task is simple on paper. Pretend to manage the inn while quietly monitoring the fraudulent negotiations taking place behind the scenes. But what seems like a straightforward cover quickly becomes an emotional challenge. The elderly couple who truly own Yakuya Inn welcome her warmly, believing she's a consultant helping with the sale. They trust her instantly. Their kindness is disarming. A reminds herself, again and again, that she's here to help them, but every smile she returns feels like a small betrayal. Over the next few days, AI immerses herself in the inn's rhythms. She greets guests, polishes wooden tables, and even helps prepare breakfast. The slow pace of life here contrasts sharply with the pressure of her mission. It almost feels like she's stepped into another world, a peaceful, human world untouched by the greed she's trying to expose. But behind the calm surface, shadows begin to stir. Every day, she receives encrypted messages from the fraud group's members. They send her instructions, draft contracts, and fake legal papers to prepare for the supposed transfer of ownership. II carefully studies each file, forwarding crucial details to her team at headquarters. Slowly, the puzzle pieces fall into place. Shell companies, false bank accounts, offshore transfers. The scale of the operation is staggering. Inside, she feels a cold determination. She's no longer just gathering evidence. She's preparing to end this once and for all. The more she learns, the clearer it becomes that the organization's reach extends far beyond real estate. There are hints of political ties, insider information, and even hints of international investors. The operation isn't just about money, it's about influence. Despite the stress, II found unexpected solace in her daily life at Yakuya. The elderly innkeeper, Mr. Kenzie, treated her like a daughter. He often brought her tea and said things like, you have kind eyes. I know you have a purpose in life." Those words pierced AI's heart every time. She wished she could tell Mr. Kenzie the truth, that she came here to protect the inn, not to sell it. But silence was her only defense. Then, one evening, a message arrives from headquarters. Final negotiations scheduled. The buyer will attend in person. Be cautious. A rereads the text several times. The buyer is the top of the pyramid, the person funding and directing the entire operation. No one in the investigation team has ever seen their face. For AI, this meeting could be the key to unraveling everything. The next morning, she prepares for the event as if it were any other day. She dresses in a simple beige kimono, ties her hair neatly, and reviews the forged documents one last time. Her expression in the mirror is calm, but her heart races beneath it. Every instinct tells her that today will change everything. By noon, the meeting begins. Mr. T and two associates arrive first, carrying briefcases and confident smiles. They sit in the inn's tatami room, where sunlight filters gently through paper screens. Whoever sat across from them kept a calm face.
あとは全て我々にお任せください。すでに売り主様からの承諾が出てますので、話はスムーズに進むかと思います。
これで楽になれますね。書類の方は全て揃ってますので、ご安心ください。
ちょっとすみません。トイレに。
ああ、どうぞ。
すぐ戻る。
あとはデベロッパーとの話を進めるだけですな。
Then, moments later, the door slides open and the buyer walks in.
あ、いや、遅れまして申し訳ございません。
At first, AI doesn't look up. She bows politely, as custom dictates. But when she lifts her gaze, the world seems to stop. It's him, her husband. The man she once believed she knew completely, the one who had encouraged her career, who shared her dreams, who told her he admired her integrity. Now, standing before her in an expensive suit, he greets Mr. T with a handshake filled with quiet authority. His expression is calm, confident, and unfamiliar. Inside, Ai's thoughts scatter. The air feels heavy, her hands cold. For a split second, she almost loses her composure, but her training takes over. She forces her breathing to steady and keeps her eyes neutral. For a moment, her husband's eyes meet hers. A flicker of surprise passes through them, so faint, so brief, it could have been imagined. The rest of the meeting feels like an eternity. A answers questions mechanically, her mind torn between her duty and the ache of realization. Could it be possible? Could the man she loved truly be the mastermind behind this elaborate fraud? Or is he, too, somehow caught in a web he doesn't fully control? All the years they'd spent together, every laugh, every quiet morning, suddenly feel distant. But even through the confusion and pain, her purpose remains. The investigation isn't about her personal story. It's about truth, justice, and the innocent people depending on her. In that moment, she knew she would have to face not only the criminals, but also her own heart. The atmosphere after the meeting suddenly became strangely quiet. Her husband, the man she once trusted more than anyone, is the mysterious buyer, the one behind the organization she's been risking her life to uncover. It feels unreal, almost theatrical, like a cruel twist written into someone else's story. But this isn't fiction. It's her reality. Despite the turmoil, AI forces herself to think like an investigator. Emotions can wait, evidence cannot. And then she finds it an anomaly. The investment company used in the Akuya transaction is registered under a holding group that ties back to a familiar address, her husband's consulting firm. The discovery feels like a blade sliding slowly through her chest. But instead of collapsing into despair, Ai does something remarkable. She breathes deeply and writes a note to herself. If truth destroys illusions, let it also rebuild integrity. After reporting her findings to Chief Sano, A is told the case will be reassigned. "You're too close," he says gently. The decision, meant to protect her, leaves AI feeling powerless for the first time. That night, at the organization's restaurant, her mind filled with memories of her husband, she began to write, not as an investigator, but as a woman seeking understanding. She wrote about greed, love, and the price of integrity. Though officially removed from the case, AI follows her instincts. Her quiet investigation uncovers something unexpected. Her husband may not be the villain she believed. Confidential reports reveal he had been working undercover, trying to expose the corruption, but was trapped and silenced by the same people he sought to stop. A arranges to meet him by a riverside at sunset. Their reunion is calm, heavy with truth. He admits his mistakes. He joined the project unaware of its dark side, tried to dismantle it from within, and failed. "You're stronger than I ever was," he tells her. She doesn't seek forgiveness. Instead, she asks for his help to finish what he started. Together, they gather the final evidence. The arrests that follow expose a massive fraud, shaking the city and restoring public trust. But for II, the real triumph is inner peace. Standing before the Yakuya Inn, she reflects that justice is never perfect. It cannot undo pain, but it can illuminate truth. Weeks pass after the arrests. The city that once buzzed with tension begins to breathe again. Newspaper headlines fade. Television reports move on to other stories, and the public's outrage slowly quiets into relief. The air feels cleaner now, the water calmer, but the memories still echo of lies told for survival, of truth discovered at a cost, and of love that dissolved under the weight of moral choices. She doesn't see herself as a victim of deceit or circumstance. Rather, she sees herself as a witness, someone who has learned firsthand how easily ambition can twist into manipulation, and how silence can feed corruption just as much as action can stop it. One afternoon, she returned to the Yakuya Inn. The elderly owner welcomed her warmly, unaware of the story behind their near misfortune. To him, she was simply a kind woman who had helped them through a difficult time. And perhaps, in a way, that was true. She begins to understand something important. Not every failure is the end of a story. Sometimes it's the turning point towards something better. Her mission, though painful, revealed a truth larger than crime and justice, the delicate balance between doing what's right and understanding why people go wrong. If society could teach people to find worth in honesty rather than appearance, perhaps fewer would fall into such traps. The greatest form of justice is not punishment, but prevention. To heal a world wounded by lies, we must teach truth with patience, not anger. And to protect others, we must first forgive the past without forgetting its lessons. In the end, I's journey reminds us that truth isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. In a world where deception can appear polished and kind, integrity becomes our quiet strength. Justice isn't only about uncovering lies. It's about choosing honesty, empathy, and awareness in our everyday lives. Because when we live truthfully, we don't just expose darkness, we light the path for others to see clearly too.